Welcome to The Explainer. Let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we're exploring the critical intersection of career counseling and employer engagement, zeroing in on business outreach and services for people with disabilities. This explainer is going to take us right into the heart of how professionals can build thriving and truly inclusive workplaces.
Employment is more than earning a paycheck. It's such a simple sentence, but honestly, it's the absolute perfect anchor for us today. A job isn't just about income, right? It's about identity, it's about capability, and it's about belonging. It's profoundly human-centric.
So here is our roadmap. We'll quickly cover the meaning of employment and defining business outreach. Then we'll look at the counselor's dual role, navigating employment barriers, core counseling competencies, and finally, self-efficacy and wellness. This is going to give us a really comprehensive journey through the foundations of inclusive employment.
All right, starting with Section 1, the meaning of employment, beyond the paycheck.
When we really break down the true intrinsic value of work, we see that for so many people, employment provides independence, a sense of purpose, confidence, social connection, and huge opportunities for personal growth. And for people with disabilities specifically, meaningful employment goes even further. It can profoundly improve quality of life, self-determination, and community participation. In the fields of career and rehabilitation counseling, professionals play a vitally important role in helping folks prepare for, obtain, and, most importantly, maintain this kind of deeply meaningful employment.
Moving right along to Section 2, Business Outreach, External Collaboration.
So what exactly is business outreach? At its core, it means building relationships between counselors, employers, businesses, and community organizations to really support employment opportunities for people with disabilities. The absolute crucial point here is this. Rather than focusing on just a one-off job placement, business outreach is all about long-term partnerships. These partnerships are specifically designed to support both the employee's success and the employer's needs.
I want you to think of career and rehabilitation counselors as a literal bridge between employers and job seekers. On one side of the bridge, they're helping individuals identify career goals, prep for interviews, develop workplace skills, and navigate any employment barriers. But on the other side of that same bridge, counselors are helping employers better understand disability inclusion, workplace accommodations, and strategies for creating supportive work environments. It is a true two-way street.
That brings us to Section 3, the counselor's dual role, advocates and consultants.
In modern practice, these counselors are basically wearing two hats at once. First, as advocates for their clients, they identify goals and help prep for interviews. Simultaneously, as consultants to employers, they're identifying highly practical solutions that improve accessibility, employee retention, productivity, and overall workplace culture. Counselors might be providing education about disability awareness, communication strategies, or inclusive hiring practices. It's all about expertly balancing these two distinct but completely complementary roles.
Now, when counselors build these positive relationships with businesses, they obviously create more opportunities for inclusive hiring. But there's also a really compelling business case for this. Employers benefit immensely from stronger workplace diversity, improved morale, increased retention, and access to a much wider talent pool. Businesses that truly value inclusion end up creating healthier workplace cultures that benefit literally all of their employees. Strong employer partnerships are absolutely essential for successful outcomes.
Let's look at Section 4, Navigating Barriers, Persistent Challenges.
Look, despite all the overall progress we've made, we have to acknowledge that persistent challenges are still out there. Some of the most common physical barriers include inaccessible workplaces or transportation difficulties. But we absolutely must address the psychological and social barriers too, things like discrimination, stigma, or just widespread misconceptions about disability. It's also vital to acknowledge that individuals with invisible disabilities, including mental health conditions, might experience intense fear about disclosure or have severe concerns about workplace judgment. Counselors play a pivotal role in helping clients navigate these challenges, all while educating employers about workplace equity at the exact same time.
Section 5, Core Competencies, Professional Standards.
To effectively support these employment outcomes, rehabilitation counselors really need to develop some serious skills in employer engagement and business consultation. The CRC Business Engagement domain outlines several super important competency areas here. Counselors have to master employer relationship building, labor market knowledge, job development, workplace accommodations, employer education, ethical practice, and disability inclusion. Basically, this means they're expected to have their finger on the pulse of labor market trends, right alongside supporting highly individualized employment planning for their clients.
As you can probably guess, it's a delicate balancing act. Professionals must balance the needs of both the employers and the clients, all while fiercely maintaining ethical and culturally responsive practices. It requires a tremendous level of situational awareness, empathy, and professional integrity from our counselors.
And finally, Section 6, Self-Efficacy and Wellness, Psychological Outcomes.
Okay, another hugely important concept in career counseling is self-efficacy. Simply put, self-efficacy refers to a person's belief in their own ability to succeed in specific situations or tasks. Positive employment experiences can massively influence someone's confidence, motivation, independence, and overall career development. Counselors actively help clients build this self-efficacy by identifying their unique strengths, supporting their skill development, and encouraging successful workplace experiences.
And this is exactly why this matters on such a deeply personal level. Inclusive employment practices directly contribute to psychosocial wellness. When individuals feel valued, supported, and truly included at work, they are significantly more likely to experience positive mental health outcomes, way stronger self-esteem, and increased workplace satisfaction. It completely transforms how a person views themselves and their place in the world. It's just incredible.
So, to summarize our whole journey today, creating inclusive workplaces requires a real team effort, collaboration between employees, counselors, supervisors, and employers. It is definitely not a one-and-done checklist. It requires ongoing education, constant communication, and a really deep commitment to accessibility and equity from everyone involved. Understanding business outreach and employer engagement is just a vital part of supporting meaningful career outcomes for people with disabilities.
Before we go, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought straight from our source material to chew on. Ask yourself this: what fears or misconceptions might employers still have about hiring people with disabilities? And how exactly can counselors help address those concerns through education, communication, and partnership building? Think on that as we wrap up this explainer. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep exploring how we can all build stronger, more inclusive partnerships in the workplace.